that at the end of all of the conversation and all of the meals and everything else, you still end up asking yourself, how can this be possible? This is one of those situations like Michael Jordan and Albert Einstein and John Coltrane, Jerry Rice. They're really all the same guy, and nobody to this day has figured out who any of them really are. We know what we see. We believe we understand what they have achieved.
He owns just about every receiving record on earth.
I look at Jerry Rice, and I am still in wonder. But I ask myself to this day, who is he really?
You're going to be
Today is the best day of your life. Believe it. He might be the finest quarterback produced in the last 10 years. He's amazing. That's all I need.
Fortunately for me, I lived my life, didn't live my job. Football convinced me that life is a team game.
Rest of your life, nobody can ever tell you that you couldn't do it.
As we're sitting here talking about him, I get chills of knowing how great he was. He changed the game. He changed the way people played that position.
Jerry was exceptional.
The greatest receiver of all time.
He may have been the greatest football player, professional of all time.
Every day, never changed.
The greatest receiver to ever play the game of football.
He always had that fire inside of him. If you lit it, if you doubted him, he wanted to destroy you. He wanted to show you that he was better than anybody that ever played.
I could easily just sit here and say I'm the greatest player to ever play the game. You know, with what I have accomplished on the football field. But I'm just not that type of person. I had that hunger, that desire to want to be successful, and I was not going to let anything stand in my way.
I think if people want to picture a small southern town in the deep south, very few stoplights, if any, a town of a few hundred people, maybe 1,000. Now take that image and go about 10 times smaller, and that's Crawford, Mississippi. Jerry and his family and his siblings actually lived outside of Crawford.
Standing still was not an option for Jerry Rice in Mississippi. Wherever he was going to run.
He running. He's the running little kid I ever seen.
I was not playing football, basketball, or anything, but I would run 5 miles or more, and my mom would look at me and she would say, "Son, why are you doing this?" And I didn't know. Then I would chase horses. If I caught the horse, then I could ride the horse the rest of the day.
Jerry's favorite horse was named Pete. He ride like a Cadillac. Ride just like a car. That was the smoothest riding horse I ever seen.
And he was the fastest horse in the community. But it took me like 45 minutes to an hour to run him down. But once I caught him, then I had him the rest of the day, and nobody wanted to race me.
Growing up in Crawford was not all fun and games, mainly because of Joe Rice, Jerry's father. Joe was a hard-working man who ingrained that trait into his children.
They had to do everything right. Jerry told me a story once. He said, I had to do what I was told to do, like I was told to do it.
My dad, Joe Nathan Rice, was a very tough man. Very tough guy. One of those guys that didn't say, you know, I love you. And my father was a brick mason, and he would take me to work with him during the summer.
We got a certain age, you know, Dad believed in putting us to work. It wasn't no, you're going to get up and you're going to work today. It's a tough job, it's hot, it's dirty, it's just a lot of hard work in it. And you got to be real physical to be able to handle it.
My job was to make sure that my father had bricks to lay. I was up on the scaffold, I had to catch the bricks.
We had to catch them. Sometimes two, I think we have thrown up high 3, maybe 4 at a time.
As long as I did my job where he had bricks to lay, everything went smoothly. I prided myself on trying to catch everything. If you didn't do that, then you're going to get behind schedule. And whenever you get behind schedule, you lose money because you have another job that you have to get to. And I had a job to do. And if I didn't do my job the way he wanted me to do it, then I would get disciplined. It just taught me to work hard and just really appreciate everything.
Up next,
getting my degree and being able to find a nice job, that would be it, because I didn't want to do what my father did.